Welcome into Ravens Rundown, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. On today's show, we will go over the latest Baltimore Ravens news and rumors, those surrounding Odafe Oweh, as well as Robert Griffin III. No, I did not stutter on that one. More on that in just a second. But before we do, I want to make sure that you are subscribed to Ravens Rundown and have notifications turned on. Here's what I'm going to do. For the Noti Gang, later this week, I'm going to shout you out. But you got to have those notifications turned on. So subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV, so you never miss a moment. We're going to cover this team like no one else will on the internet. So subscribe now. We'll shout out the Noti Game. Turn on those noties now. Let's start with Odafe Oweh. And Bleacher Report has named him one of the top 8 players most likely to make their first Pro Bowl appearance in 2022. Some high praise for Odafe, and here is what Bleacher Report had to say. If there's ever a position to bank on sheer athleticism, it's edge rusher. Large humans who quickly explode off their stance are difficult to find. As much as evaluators love to see collegiate production, sometimes factors beyond individuals' control limit the raw stats. New defensive coordinator Mike Macdonald will rely on Oweh more since veterans McPhee and Justin Houston have departed. He could break out with a double-digit sack season and establish himself as the next dominant pass rusher in the AFC. Some high praise there for Odafe Oweh. And now the question becomes, what can he do for an encore in 2022? He was terrific in his rookie season in 2021. The former first-round draft pick, selected 31st overall, did not disappoint. And what we've come to in these situations with second-year players, it's either boom or bust, right? Either you have a sophomore slump or you really just take off. And all signs, all indications point to, with Odafe Oweh, that he should be able to take that next step. You look back at 2021, 33 tackles, 5 sacks, and 3 forced fumbles last season. He led all first-year players with 49 quarterback pressures and 10 quarterback hits that earned him a spot on Pro Football Focus's all-rookie team. So you can see it was a really good year for Odafe Oweh. I'm excited. I'm intrigued to see what he can do here in 2022. Will he make that next step and be the Pro Bowl player like Bleacher Report says so? I think so. What do you guys think? This is our pinned comment today. You're about to get an ad break. Take advantage of it. While the ads play and get your votes in. Let me know one way or the other if Odafe Oweh makes the Pro Bowl. I know that we kind of laugh at the Pro Bowl, but it's still a valuable item that we look back on players' careers, and it creates a nice space on the Wikipedia page. So let me know one way or the other. Will Odafe Oweh make the Pro Bowl next year? Y for yes, in for no. Now, Oweh was limited in OTAs. He had shoulder surgery at the end of January, but he's progressing well. That's what all signs point to with Odafe Oweh at this point, that he's on track. We've heard everything about this progress of the offseason surgery is going the right direction. Here's what Oweh had to say on his second season ahead. I'm just extremely raw. I'm a potential guy, basically. So I'm watching the film from last year. I'm like, oh, I did crazy good. I did all this stuff. And then you watch it now in the offseason, and I'm like, there's so much stuff you can work on. So there's a lot to build on. I'm so excited because even next year, or even this year, it's going to be a crazy jump, and I'm ready. So I like that from Odafe Oweh. He has that infectious energy, that type of thing you can't necessarily teach, that here he is in the offseason, coming off surgery, and he's already working on himself. He's already pointing to the things that he liked and didn't like from last year. He's doing those things on his own time. It's not requiring the coaching staff to say, do this or do that. He's going out there and doing it on his own. Even when he can't be on the field, you can see he's still trying to find ways to improve. To me, that all is good. All of that is what I want to hear from Odafe Oweh as he enters his sophomore season. Got a great deal that we are offering for our Ravens Rundown viewers. Because you watch today's show, you are going to get the opportunity to get these 2 T-shirts that we're offering for 40% off. It is a heck of a deal, folks, and the only way that you can get it is by going to chatsports.com/ballcombo. That's BALCOMBO. It looks great. Look, it is hot outside. Doesn't matter if you're in Baltimore or if you're anywhere in the country as a Ravens fan. It's hot outside. You got to be wearing T-shirts. Why not support your favorite team while you're out there mowing the grass? Am I right? Go ahead and get yours now. 40% off. Chatsports.com/ballcombo. That's chatsports.com/BALCOMBO. Robert Griffin III, RG3. I did not expect to be talking about him today, but here we are. He told a local station in Waco, Texas, KWTX, that he's ready to return to the National Football League. Here's what he said exactly. I'm ready to go right now. I train every day. I throw and work out. I know what it takes to get my body ready. I'm doing those things. Yes, it is a little bit tougher when you're flying around everywhere doing stuff for TV, but when you really want something, you make it work. So if I get that call this year, next year, or 5 years from now, I will be ready to play. So RG3 talking about a return. Right now, he's a college football analyst for ESPN, and he's doing a pretty decent job on the TV side. He's certainly got a future in that, but the TV thing will always be there. Recently, he did the 40-yard dash with Rich Eisen that he does for charity each year around the combine, and pretty impressive. RG3 was able to run a 4.48 40 ton. Still got some speed, RG3 has at this point. Of course, he played for the Ravens back from 2018 to 2020 as a backup to Lamar Jackson, former Pro Bowler back in 2012, and the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. So RG3 making a comeback. There's been crazier things before. What do you guys say? Well, RG3 returned to the NFL. Our true or false question today is that statement. RG3 will return to the NFL. Is that a fact or is that a lie? Let me know. T for true, F for false. One way or the other. Tell me in the comments section. T for true, F for false. Now, personally, I'm rooting for RG3. RG3 is a great guy. He's got a great story. I've been a fan of his since his days all the way back at Baylor. I felt like he got screwed by Mike Shanahan. That's a whole nother story. To me, why not see RG3 back in the league? I'm rooting for that to happen, but I don't necessarily think it's going to happen. And by all accounts, I don't see it happening with the Baltimore Ravens. No chance that he's back in a Baltimore Ravens uniform, and here's why. Obviously, you have Lamar Jackson, but when you look at the rest of the quarterback room here, this is one of the best quarterback rooms in the league. Tyler Huntley has proven to be a very good backup quarterback. He did a solid job filling in for Lamar Jackson last year. You bring in Brett Hundley to compete for that number 3 quarterback spot. Anthony Brown, from Oregon quarterback there. You're going to carry more than likely just 2 quarterbacks on the roster when the season begins. No reason to think that it won't be Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley. So maybe RG3 gets a chance somewhere in the league, but hard to imagine it's with the Baltimore Ravens because that quarterback room is just too good right now. Now, if an injury were to happen, if Lamar or Huntley were to get hurt, I could see them making a phone call to RG3. But at this time, at this moment, not likely that he ends up with the Baltimore Ravens. Before we go, we asked you on our community tab, which is for subscribers only, so you need to be subscribed to the channel, about the old man Joe Flacco. His time in Baltimore. Was he elite? Go to the community tab, let me know. HY for hell yes, HN for hell no. We could never ask this question enough. I smiled just thinking about this question. Was Joe Flacco an elite quarterback for the Ravens? Let me know. HY, hell yes, HN, hell no. Thanks for joining us here on The Rundown.